It is the Riot Podcast. Pray that thee hast a wonderful weekend.
I hope that you guys are enjoying all the various ways that you can now listen to our Worst of Riot podcast.
Yeah, it's on Stitcher. That was the other one. It's on Stitcher. It's on Spreaker. It's available in like iTunes. It's available. We can even put it on like our website now. So you can just go to riot.radiou.com and just listen to it right there, which is great.
And if you want to, we always suggest joining our Radio U Riot YouTube page. It posts there daily. You can listen to it on our Radio U Riot Facebook page now daily. So wherever you're at, you can always catch up if you miss something.
Lots of Worst of the Riot out there. Today you're going to hear my great need for a treat. Dunkin Donuts, not related. There are multiple airline sewage stories.
You're going to love them.
A lot of discussion about bags. I want a new bag. There are new bags. Bag.
Did you put it all in there?
Not all of it.
Everybody had some great ideas, and there were a lot of texts from people. So
actually, you know what? I think
it went
almost
a long time.
All of it is in there. It's like 4 or 5 segments there. Sleeping at work. And potato chips.
That's it.
So you guys enjoy this podcast and have a great weekend. I'd say we'll see you on Monday, but you'll just hear us. Remember, you can always reach out. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Find links to everything Riot at riot.radiou.com.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Worst of the Riot box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's the Worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Welcome to the show, already in progress, because Nikki and I have already been talking. So
that's all that makes the show, right?
That's what the show is.
You're right.
Whether the mics are on or off, the show is probably happening somewhere.
So does that mean then the show most of the time is happening all the time? Most of
the time, it's all the time. But sometimes it's not.
Sometimes you guys get to join us. And sometimes we sleep, so
sometimes
we're not talking.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Today is day 27 or day 28 of my no soda, like whatever thing I've been doing. Here's the problem that I've started to notice. It's usually on Thursdays, but it can emerge at other times. You know, I have a little bit of a grumpy thing that pops up. Try to keep it to myself, but it pops up. So there's that. And here's the other thing I've noticed is I want a treat. And it takes me a while to reach the conclusion that that's what's going on.
Sure.
But I want a treat. And apparently the way I used to treat yourself was to get myself a soda or maybe like a little snack cake.
Little breakfast sandwich,
breakfast sandwich. Like there were all these different ways that I treated myself. And I only now realize that I was doing that with food. I had no idea at the time that's what I was doing. So having removed that option, I'm struggling with that.
Because you feel like you just want something fun now?
Yes,
Yeah.
It is a psychological desire to, I don't know if it's break the rules, go off book, whatever, some kind of a treat. And I have removed food as a treat option. So, I mean, and it's like, well, you can eat, look, there's all kinds of stuff I could eat, but I can't just stop off and have a soda. Which is, again...
the main treat that you had.
I know. And the thing that's really funny is that it's not the soda that I want. It's not like I'm thirsty for it. I don't want it. It is that psychological something reward of like, hey, you worked really hard this week. Hey, you got out of bed this morning. Hey, you, like, whatever that kid is.
It's like if you were trying to stop spending so much money and every morning you would go and check, all these sales and all these sites and stuff, and you want to buy something then. Like the desire, because you can't, is still in you.
Yes, it's weird. And so I'm like, I want a treat. And it's like, well, you can't have a treat. No treats.
Your treat is that it's Friday. Yay! There's your treat.
Well, that's what I can't.
You can't drink it, but...
No. Well, and the thing is, it's not even about wanting to drink it. There's a psychological gap. And so here's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I work at finding something that fills that gap? Like, okay, well, your treat is, and nobody laugh, a cup of tea. Or
a new blend.
Whatever the heck, something like that. Or... is it something else where it's like, bro, you got to get over the want for a treat?
No, I think you have to find something because you're going to always have that desire.
That's what I'm thinking.
And if you don't fulfill that in some way, then you'll eventually break down and have a soda.
You eventually cave.
Yeah.
And again, it's not, and I realize this sounds ridiculous, but it's not the soda.
No, I got you.
I don't want that. But what I want, I hate saying this out loud, are the feelings that
came
when I would stop and get myself that soda. When I would you know what? Instead of going to the gas station, let's go find a freestyle machine and really live.
No, I think you need you could do a new blend of tea or something, or a sparkling water or something.
Something. I don't know. But those are still drinks. Is there another thing? I don't know. But I'll tell you, I'm deep in the trenches with it on this. And it's just like that thing where I want to grab myself and be like, just stop it. Shut up.
But then at that point, it goes back to, like you said, you can be grumpy with it.
Yeah.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, Radio U.
Hey, anybody up for a donut, speaking of treats?
That might be your treat of choice. That's a common one.
Well, and this time yesterday, we were talking about how Krispy Kreme has released a Reese's peanut butter donut. And all of us said, oh, man.
Have not tried it yet, but it's there.
But, on the other side of the aisle from our good friends at Krispy Kreme are our good friends at Dunkin Donuts. And Dunkin Donuts has an idea. They've got a whole slogan, America runs on Dunkin'. So they're wondering if they really need to call themselves Dunkin Donuts.
They've decided to test a new location in Pasadena, which will be called Dunkin'.
Because, Nikki, what if they were a coffee shop that sold donuts, not a donut shop that sold coffee?
Which kind of works for them now. I mean, a lot of people like their drink selection, their coffee stuff.
I think their drip coffee, I haven't gone in for any of their, finer options. But their drip coffee, I think, is spectacular.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to get someone to come in, I think you can persuade someone to stop by for some coffee, because that seems more like an everyday treat. But if you're trying to persuade someone to come in as a donut place, that might not for everybody resonate as an everyday place.
So Pasadena, California, as Nikki said, they're opening a location they're just calling Dunkin'. And it is a
coffee place that still has donuts.
Yeah. You go and get yourself a Dunkin', and maybe then you get something to dunk in it. Do you think that's where they got their name?
Maybe. That's it.
Actually, that is their deal. Their whole slogan. And if you look at some of their older stuff, the idea was you get coffee, you buy a donut, you dunk your... Oh, gosh. I don't even want to...
Don't even think about it. Don't even. Just get it out of your mind.
I just had a vision of a stick donut in a cup of coffee, and I just got hungry.
Stop doing
that. And I
that.
just had breakfast.
Now, Dunkin' Donuts has said they will not make a decision, though, until probably later next year if they want to start moving towards a name change.
Yeah.
Which, moving from Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin' would be a name change. And then they would start redesigning stores, but that's just future talk. That's future Dunkin' Donuts, and they don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a crystal ball or anything. They're just trying to get this figured out.
So if you're in the Pasadena area, that's where they're going to be testing it, which is also where the Panda Express test one is, too.
What's their test?
They have one.
They're just Panda now?
No, but if you look, it's got desserts, and you can get wraps, and...
I don't need a dessert.
No, I need
a donut.
It looks good. I always had good intentions to go try that one out, but...
We've all got good intentions,
I
Nikki.
know, and I don't have it, so if you're there, this is what you can look forward to.
Dunkin'. That sounds great. But you know what?
Let's stop talking about food now.
We should. We should.
The part that keeps me up at night, we paid them for this. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
A little problem down in Nashville, Nikki.
What's the problem? Is it maybe not a little problem?
All right, Nashville International Airport. Someone stuffed a toilet full of paper towels.
To flood it or something?
I guess.
Or were they trying to flush the paper towels?
The water flooded the bathroom, and then it rained down on luggage going through a baggage conveyor belt. The sewage sprayed the luggage of Southwest Flight 380.
Wow.
It says the airport cleaned all the luggage as if it was contaminated because they couldn't assume it wasn't. Customers are being compensated. Oh, you're buying me all new everything.
Yes, even the stuff in the luggage.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is I'm going to come in there with some rubber gloves and some tongs, and I'm going to exactly sort out everything that was in that luggage.
And you're buying a replacement for it like now.
And I feel like you're going to also be paying for the fire that luggage has to pass through.
Just to think about, like an airport, there must be a crew ready at all times in case there's a sewage spillage. And by sewage, I just mean the toilet water.
Or do you... Well, that's...
Yeah, it is
technically
sewage.
What it is. Like, Nikki, if I started splashing you with toilet water...
I would die. And I would kill you along the way.
That would be technically me splashing you with sewage.
Like it's a pool fight? Like,
well,
what
maybe.
are you doing?
I don't know why we're in the bathroom together. That's what I mean. Like, if
maybe we're in the area underneath where all the luggage is.
If we were,
that would be. And then we were working with the luggage, and we're like, "What is this water?
It's raining.
Here.
It's so fun.
Splash, splash!" And then they come down, and there's a warning of like, "Don't touch it."
I don't know. Every time I think about the idea of getting hit with sewage, remember that part in RoboCop where the guy was like, and like his face is melting off from the sewage?
No.
It's like toxic waste or something.
You always pick the best examples, but I'm afraid, no, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I was raised by my TV, all right? Like, it taught me things.
I've seen every movie.
All the movies and all the moments that I don't forget. So, yes,
Sorry, Nashville, Southwest flight.
My thing is this, like, I'm pretty understanding. And when I go, especially when I go to the airport, I try to put on patience like it's a coat.
Well, you need it. It's a very stressful area.
You put it on and you just know, like, you're going into a place where things are going to be bad. Things are going to get bad. Things are already bad. But I will tell you that it would be a little extra bit out of me to be like, oh, you guys got sewage on my bags?
Really?
You know what? That's really hard.
Why don't you just go to the bathroom on it? Why don't you? Because that's what you did.
That's really hard for you guys.
Aww.
And you're working really hard, and this is a hard day. And
it'd be worse if they did that and then made you wait like 8 hours there at the airport to get your sewage luggage.
I mean, that seems perfectly reasonable to me.
And you missed your next flight. All the flights.
And they're mad at you because it's your fault.
Because you missed the flights. And you're like, wait a minute. And no, they're not giving you a hotel because you have to stay somewhere overnight.
Oh, man. That time the airline lost my luggage, I had flown to just the middle of nowhere, Oregon. And they're like, you can go buy clothes. That's like someone inviting you to go clothes shopping at 7-Eleven. It's just like,
you have all this money, but no.
Think of all the clothes you could buy. Oh, I'm so excited.
You know what was nice is they probably didn't lose your luggage. They're just waiting for it to dry out.
We almost have the sewage off of it.
Let's not send it to him quite yet. Send him out to go buy more clothes.
Oh, man.
Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Chief, she's...
Coffee and contemplation.
And the riot. Obviously. Radio U.
You know, it could be all of the back-to-school advertising that's giving Obadiah a problem. It could be a lot of things, but let's just jump right in. I want a new backpack.
You do? That is back-to-school stuff.
I want a new backpack.
You're not taking any classes. Why do you want a new backpack?
Because I'm sick of this stupid Doctor Who bag.
Someone has a Doctor Who messenger bag. So you don't want a messenger bag?
I bought it for back to school last year. Okay. And all right, let me get something out of the way first before anybody even makes the accusation. I think it's great that the Doctor is a woman. It's fine. I've got no problem with that.
But you're not a huge Doctor Who fan.
I'm not.
You just liked that the bag looked like TARDIS.
It's the TARDIS, and I still think my bag is great. And to be quite honest, I'm probably just going to put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it.
But you need
I have barely... I've used it every day, but it's in great shape.
But you need a new look for the new,
It's a new me. It's a new school year, Nikki. I'm in high school now. Like, I'm trying to leave that childish junior high stuff behind, which is why I'm looking for a new novelty backpack.
So what are you going to get?
Well, that's what I'm looking at. I don't know.
Does it have to be a novelty bag, or can we go?
Okay, and that.
Can we go something else?
That's the question I had.
Can we go with workwear bag?
I looked at Costco. They have these spectacular backpacks that are like honestly, I could put my whole life in it, or everything I own, and I could just bring everything I own to work every day.
Well, it's perfect if you want to leave this life and become like a travel vlogger and blogger.
I mean,
it would all fit your life.
Every camera I've ever owned, just on and on and on. I could put so much crap in there and still have room.
With 2 sets of clothes, and you'd be able to travel at your heart's content.
So they're great. They're great, but there's also part of me that's like, it might be a little too grown up.
Well, there's 2 versions. At least I have one. I have a larger one for when I go on a plane, when I travel.
Yeah.
But there is a smaller version that they sell of those same bags. That's not as like camping-like.
Okay.
If you can find those. If not, you might just have to go somewhere else.
Well, I thought about, I got I've been looking at ThinkGeek, okay? At bags.
Now, wait, whoa. What?
I see a flag, okay? A timeout, timeout.
Hold on. If you don't want a novelty bag, why are you at that site?
But see, Nikki, I just told you that I'm not sure that I don't want a novelty bag. Maybe I do want a novelty bag.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I do.
Maybe it was time to change, though. If you use
okay. I feel like I can acknowledge that it's time to change.
Yes.
Okay, I do. But do I need to change to grown-up bag, or do I just need to go with a different nerddom bag?
All right, in fashion world, a lot of times with your outfit, you should have like a statement piece. Have you ever heard that term?
Yeah, okay.
So think about it this way. We wear a lot of novelty graphic print T-shirts.
Yes, we do.
That's
kind of all we have.
That's your statement piece. That's it. So if you have a novelty shirt and a novelty bag, don't you feel like it's too much novelty?
No, I feel like it communicates very clearly what's going on inside my head at all times.
Fine, just keep looking then.
But all right. But we still
when you get a nice leather bag or something.
Because I feel like that's a lie.
It's a complete lie.
That's like,
what if the leather bag had
professional,
like a patch on it or something that was a nod
to
your fun self?
I thought about that camping bag that I could put my whole life in for $30, and then I just start putting patches on it. I really did think about that. But
I'll keep looking and we'll look for you.
So Anthony says those Costco backpacks are on fire, and they're only $15 to $17.
Dude, they really are so inexpensive that you would just make it work. But it does look like you're going on a small vacation every time you walk in the building with it.
I know.
So it might be too much for your day-to-day.
Okay. You know what? The other thing I was going to say, if you guys want to get in, 877-2-RADIO-U. One, do I need an adult backpack, or can I go with some of the ones? I will tell you, I was looking at online. I looked at the category. It said kids backpack. But I'm fine.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Your question of the morning, what color is the TARDIS? Someone, and we're not going to name names or point fingers, forgot about the question of the morning, despite the fact that we do it every day.
Then the other person stepped up with a game-changing question.
Huge.
Because we were talking about Tobys Doctor Who Messenger Bag, which he's selling.
Nikki, could you not do it like that? It makes it sound... We did not design this question of the morning to sell a bag.
That was organic.
It was organic.
It was an organic question of the morning. It wasn't like that.
I have to have something new to carry here in the studio.
So he's been looking for a new bag, and he might switch to a backpack.
Papa's getting a brand new bag!
Instead of a messenger bag.
Okay.
All right, now...
Who's having fun?
I think we all are.
Right.
Doctor Who is.
Go. Who is he?
All right.
We've got David, the Submariner, on the phone. Good morning, David.
Dave's got the answer to your question.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Good. What's the answer? What color is it?
The TARDIS is blue.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
there it is. You have a really good weekend, okay?
You too. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, Dave, take care. Dave is our friend in the Navy. Thank you, Dave, for your service and continuing to listen. Yeah, so he goes on submarines.
Yes.
He is a real man.
I bet he has a backpack.
I'll bet he doesn't carry this limited edition Flash backpack from DC Comics.
Is that what we're looking at now?
Yes.
I don't feel like you should go from a novelty bag to a novelty bag. I feel like you could switch. I sent you a really good Amazon Basics one and a really nice Swiss one.
What if I carried this Harley Quinn backpack? I feel like that's not quite on point for me.
It's not your style.
Yeah, okay. I will tell you, I've just straight up moved over to Hot Topic. I like this Pokemon Trainer Pokeball backpack.
Did you see the Amazon
not going to carry that one.
It's just $29.99. It's got like 3,000 good reviews. It has no patches or it's not tied into anything.
Well, then how am I going to know it's mine?
You'll just know. You'll just know. And you can add a patch if you want to.
Well, is it going to communicate to people like
it will?
This is a guy.
No, it will.
That likes good stuff.
It's got a mesh water bottle thing on the side, lots of compartments for organization. You love that stuff. I almost said you need that stuff, but I said you love that stuff.
Why? Like, what are you implying?
Just
do you guys
look
notice?
over there.
Like, I feel like Nikki says a lot when she says certain things. That's what I feel like.
Well, that's how that works out.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe I should I just keep this bag and forget about it?
No, we've moved on. It's sold.
We gotta go.
Listen, you gotta strike when you've got that feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like bye-bye bag. You're dead to me.
Oh!
You've got a new one.
You.
I know it
hears
does.
you.
I know it does. It's supposed to go to another household where it will be loved for that time, and then it
hears
goes.
You, Nikki.
Worst of the riot, not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who texted in, Tammy, Erica, Anthony, Randall. I haven't even gotten over to Twitter yet. And one of the kindest ones, Nikki, could you read the heartfelt response we received on Messenger?
Again, this is still about Tobys Messenger Bag.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. Did we spend too much time on me this morning?
You were saying how we've talked about too long, and it's like, no, people want to talk about this.
This is not about me. This is about the people that are talking to us.
True. The bag is Obie's Doctor Who Messenger Bag. He's going to find a new one. We've been talking about, should you go with a novelty bag?
Right.
Like another one.
Which probably.
Or should you take the jump over to a work travel bag that maybe has no affiliation with any genre of movies or
TV shows
or TARDIS and all that stuff. Someone said, stay true to yourself. Don't let others try and change who you are. So maybe this is leaning towards you getting another novelty bag.
Yeah.
You work hard for your money, spend it on what you really want, not what others think you should have. Keep the TARDIS bag as well and use that on other occasions.
Real talk, guys. There's this part of me that yearns to be something that I'm not. I want to be kind of
a non-novelty person.
I want to be suave. I want to be well-dressed. I want to be well-spoken. Like, I want to be all these kinds of things, but like, I'm just not.
Now let's think about this. That's Hollywood's trying to push that on you.
You think so? Is that what it is?
Because when you go out, there's lots of people, all different styles, lots of bags.
Well, when I see people dressed like me, I'm like, oh my gosh. But that's that's what I am.
You're not. You say, "Oh my gosh," at you, not like at others.
Yeah, no, it's just like I see other people dressed in like real clothes, and then I look down and I'm like,
the majority. Oh, you mean? Well, you dress casual as well. We all dress casual.
Smart
here.
casual.
Smart casual. It's a work casual. Flip-flops and graphic tees.
I know. I actually, okay, I'm going to this place where I'm going to meet some other professionals, some other radio people. A gathering. And it occurred to me that, like, if I showed up in what I wear to work to this thing, people are going to be like, what is his problem?
Well, I think if you wear our work shirts, then that makes it okay.
This is a work shirt.
I know it is, but
okay.
That's why I feel like you should not buy another novelty backpack.
What? Because you feel like,
you wear novelty already on your shirts.
Yeah.
So you just take a break with that. You're already stepping up your game and looking more professional.
Just by having
less novelty.
A plain backpack.
One less novelty. Well, okay. Now imagine you're walking to your car. You're dressed in a novelty t-shirt. You're carrying your lunchbox, which is...
I do have a Star Trek lunchbox.
Star Trek.
It was a gift.
And then you have your TARDIS bag.
Yeah.
What if you just take one out of the equation?
Okay. So you're saying I shouldn't wear pants?
No, I'm not saying anything anymore. You got a lot of good choices. You need to make that decision from your heart.
Okay. All right. Chris just texted. He just texted in a picture. This is great. A picture of Jerry Seinfeld wearing a man fur holding a purse.
That would work.
It's a carry-all and it's European. Thank you.
No, Obi really just wants a bag.
Thank you, Chris. I really honestly appreciate that. Ooh, look at all these shave bags. Like a travel bag that I can carry all my toiletries in. Now,
you're not looking for that. You're looking for a work backpack.
All right, okay. Way to bring it down.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
Now, I may have we're ready to shut this down because I found the last and final word on backpacks and bags. All right. Nikki, is it Dolce and Gabbana?
Yeah, Dolce and Gabbana.
Is that how you would say that?
Yes.
They have got a new bag.
The pizza one?
They've got a new bag. It's an I Love Pizza bag.
Now, think of it more like a tote. Like, it's not a backpack or anything. It's a tote.
You're right. Like, it is a tote, and it doesn't have a lot of compartments in it or anything, but I could definitely get my laptop in it. And it's a bag that speaks truth. I love pizza. Do you know that tonight I'm ordering a Mama Linda's pizza on my way home?
Have your dinner planned?
I'm going to eat it and eat it and eat it and love it and hug it.
I'm kind of like kiss it because you're eating it.
I mean, yeah. So
this bag, what does it say about? Is it I Love Pizza or something?
And let's be clear, heart pizza.
And that's the tote bag.
And then it has a pizza on it. Though I really disagree with, I feel like some of the toppings they've chosen, because for me, that looks like probably some black olives and leaves.
It's a model bag, though. I mean, like they're showing it on the runway. They can't just go putting pepperoni on it.
Well, they should.
I know. That's the home version.
I'll just tell you right now, if they really wanted to sell this bag, they should put some pepperoni on that pizza.
I know this Dolce & Gabbana bag.
Wait, are you about to tell me how good it's going to look on me?
First off, yes, that's a new style for you.
Well, Nikki, I'm branching out. I believe you said no more novelty bags.
But this pizza
something
bag,
that's more adult.
It's over $7,000 for the tote bag.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know if you wanted to spend that much. I feel like that's outside of what you wanted.
You feel like I should expense it? Maybe take a company card and pick it up? Because, I mean, technically, this laptop isn't mine. It is property of the Radio U network.
What was the company? Was it Dolce that did the that blue bag that looks like the IKEA bag? And then they charged like $1 bajillion for it. And if you go to IKEA, it's like 99 cents or something. Why don't you carry that?
That's a great idea. I'll just go to IKEA, steal a bag, and then...
No one said that. You can afford that one.
Can you buy those bags?
Yeah, you can buy them.
Well, man, this is great. I'll go get myself from $5.99 chicken fingers, add for $1 or some of those Swedish meatballs on, and then for another $1, get a bag.
Balenciaga? Is that it?
I only buy Dolce & Gabbana.
It's $2,150. That's a bag.
Admittedly, it's more reasonable. And when I hand in that receipt, I'm sure it would be smiled on a little more when I explain to them, guys, this is only 1/3 the cost of the Dolce.
Of the other one that I could have bought.
Gosh, it's perfect. So... do we just go to the mall and get that, or
probably.
Where do you go pick that up at?
That's still on like a runway look, so I'm not sure if it's available for sale, or maybe check their site.
You know what? I'll bet you money right now that I could get something like this on Etsy.
You know what's? Yes, I was going to say what's really popular is you find an expensive thing and you're making a dupe.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to the craft store and
make our own?
Please, can we do that for a video? Please.
We're going to make my own bag. Yes. We're here to
you have to carry it for 1 week.
You know what's funny is I wouldn't even care.
I know you don't care
I'd take it to the gym and just be like, what's up, bro? What?
Like my pizza bag?
It's nice.
It's my work bag.
You want a bag like this?
Oh, and then we can make you
and you know what? I'll wear a puffy shirt.
We can make you a gym bag, too.
Great. If you want to know the truth, I can use a new gym bag. I'm just all bags.
It's the Riot.
I really didn't like it. It just bothered me.
Radio U.
Nikki and I were talking off air. I have had so many friends in the last 2 weeks that have just faced terrible circumstances. One of my best friend's brothers just died very unexpectedly. I had a friend of mine whose son died. I had a friend of mine whose wife has died. And that's just 3 of them. And I look at those, and obviously it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And I guess when I look at that, the one thing I just want to make sure everybody knows is, of course, we just want to run away from that. We want that to not happen, obviously. But I want you to know something, that when you're facing something that seems so far beyond anything that you can comprehend, something that is absolutely so terrible, you don't have to do it by yourself. That is one of the amazing things about God, is that God does not run from your problems. He doesn't run from your pain. Sometimes you could be in the middle of something and find yourself friends, because they don't know what to say. They don't say anything.
Sure.
They don't check up. They don't check on you. They don't, communicate, just because they don't know what to do and they don't know what to say. God is never going to leave you in the middle of anything by yourself. He will absolutely, positively be there with you. He can bring healing. He can bring peace. And again, I'm not saying that the circumstances aren't terrible. I am saying that the only thing I want you to know is that in the middle of your terrible thing, you don't have to be alone in the middle of that. God wants to be there to help you, to love you in the middle of this hard time. And I'll tell you something else, and we don't talk about this a whole lot, but one of the amazing things is that all of us can say we're thinking, we're praying, we're whatever. Jesus tells us straight up that if you've got a relationship with him, we can plan on seeing our loved ones again. That he looks into death, the thing where, it's quote unquote over for all of us, and straight up says, this is not the end. Yes, just like that Safe Mode song, it's not the end. There is more. And it's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for a time. If you don't have a relationship with God, again, I know this is kind of dark for a Friday morning, but I just want you to know that you don't have to be alone, and that even in what is, as far as we can think of, the worst thing that could happen, God will be there with you for the loss of loved ones. And, boy, again, this is hard, but your own end, God will be there with you. If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, please don't go on alone. Just say, Jesus, I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I'm hurting so bad right now. Please help me. And God hears that, and God is right there with you.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to fireobadiah@radiou.com.
Is anybody feeling sleepy this morning? Just rub your eyes just a little bit, feeling the go back to sleep. The National Safety Council cares about you.
Which, if you're not sleepy, then you're being safe. So
is that what it means?
Well, if you go to work and you're sleepy, or if you're driving, that's dangerous.
So then I really should have stayed home today.
You should have. You don't want to be that way, do you?
That's what Nikki says.
And I think this will back that up.
So get a load of this. They say that 43% of Americans are getting less than 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, so many studies tell us that. We know this. We know this. We're not shocked by this.
Last night I got 6.75 hours of sleep.
And we average about 6 to 5 to 7.
Most nights, I will say I get between 6 and 7 hours of sleep.
You're around that.
Now, on the weekends, I get between 9 and 11 hours of sleep each night.
Because we don't have the show in the way of the morning.
And I feel so good on Saturday. I'm like a different person on Saturday.
I know, but I don't think we could do the show if we were that different person.
I could do it. People would be like, man, today's riot was educational and interesting, and I just really enjoyed it. You should work at NPR.
You should sleep more often.
All right. 97% said tiredness affects their focus.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't feel like it's too bad at work, but
what? Just teasing you.
What are we even talking about?
I can't even focus.
Did anybody hear me forget we were doing the question of the morning this morning? But it doesn't. But it doesn't affect my focus.
Was that because you were tired?
It's fine. Wow, this is one. 47% of people surveyed say they fall asleep at work. Have you ever done that?
Who does that? I haven't laid my head against the side of the wall in the bathroom and Fallen asleep? Never.
Have you done it?
No.
Hey.
Right
Real
here.
talk. Right here.
We're talking
Mono, womano.
We're talking like for a minute. Never a nap or anything.
I mean, there was a time when we did this show that I have fallen asleep on the floor in the studio.
We got each other to where if anything happens, one won't fall asleep while the other's asleep, so you're fine.
Now this has only happened one time. It's only one time. There was one time that Nikki and I were doing the show that I know I was talking during a break. But I'm pretty sure I was mostly asleep while we did it.
Because if you've done this enough, though, we've been in radio long enough, we can talk without really thinking, which is why if you bring it up to us, you're like, I loved when you talked about blank, and we might not remember it.
Might not remember.
But you could potentially sleep while talking. Or to the point where you might not officially be like in your, what do they call it, the REM cycle, but you're just about out of it enough.
A little autopilot happening. Mm-hmm. Those are early days.
Yeah. Oh, no. Again, that's when it's hard to focus.
Early days.
Not anymore. It's the new us.
Crystal says that she falls asleep at her desk multiple times a day.
And your boss and workplace are okay with that?
Oh, I don't think. She didn't say that. I mean, I don't. That's nowhere contained in this text message.
It'd be hard to hide multiple times if you're sleeping.
Well, it depends on your desk.
It depends on your work.
You could be somewhere where, maybe your back's to the door or you're in a corner.
Talking about this just made me more tired.
Really?
Yeah, now I'm like, well, yeah, I am tired. I could go to sleep.
Well, Nikki, you're part of the 47% of people that are saying, yeah, they're tired. So heads up, everybody. We're all tired. So everybody get some sleep and I guess be nice to each other today.
Then that makes you feel pressure like you're supposed to get more sleep, but then that makes me not be able to sleep. So I'm just amazed that so many people are sleeping at work. And you know what? It makes me feel empowered to go
ahead and do that today.
Give it a try.
So thanks, everybody.
The Riot spent their entire advertising and promotion budget on catering and craft services.
The junk that guy eats has finally caught up with you.
So please tell your friends. It's The Riot on Radio U.
I will tell you that the airport poop stories, the trifecta may be in play.
We talked earlier about Nashville. They had a problem with someone had stuffed paper towels in a toilet and it flooded, which after hearing it, yes, I think that was intentional.
Mm-hmm. So that was no accident.
That hit the luggage area underneath the bathroom, which was
flooded with raw sewage.
A particular Southwest flight.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been compensation.
We don't know what that is, but they're doing something for the people whose bags have been soaked in.
What if the compensation is just the airline promises to treat you like a human just this one time?
Just one time. We're going to treat you like a person.
Flight. That's it.
This is the only time.
While we clean your bag off.
Well, Nikki, there's some other circumstances out there. Our good friends up north in Canada, they had to land a Boeing 767. Air Canada Rouge.
And they're sorry about it.
Flight from Athens to Toronto had to make an emergency stop in Montreal. It was a 10-hour flight, and apparently after about 8 hours, the toilets were full.
They couldn't handle it?
I'm not even kidding.
Which I didn't even realize until you told me about the one time you drove on a bus to Texas, and you told me that the toilet on the bus broke and filled up and they couldn't do anything, so no one could use it. And then that taught me, wait a minute, that fills up.
That can happen.
That can happen.
Yeah, dude, if you want, well, I'll tell you this, then I'll tell you that. There's not much more to it. They literally had to tell everybody, hey, we're sorry, but we have to stop because
you can't use the bathroom, which is legally not allowed. They can't fly like that.
Yeah, so
for a long amount of time.
They had to empty the tanks and then resume their flight.
Does that mean they just don't dump it up in the air?
No, they don't. Is that what you think they do?
I think we all think they do.
We don't all think that, Nikki. Some of us.
I assumed boats just dump it in the water.
No, they're not supposed
to do
that.
And an airline just dumps it up in the sky.
All right, well, you're not supposed to. Maybe it happens, okay? Maybe it's the dirty little secret of the boating / airline industry.
And they couldn't do it on this flight, but maybe something else wasn't working.
Yeah, now my own personal story, Nikki was talking about, I ended up in a horrific 24-hour bus ride to Houston, Texas.
And a hot Houston
it was
day.
funny. Like, after we all got on the bus, a lot of people went to the bathroom. And then at some point we stopped, and the bus driver then comes back.
Like a roll of tape.
He straight up says, he goes on the PA, and he's like, okay,
wait.
everybody, we have a problem. There can be no more solids in the bathroom. That's what he said. And I'm just like,
too full.
And then here's what I love is he makes that announcement. And then, I don't know, 20 minutes later, you're like,
oh, jeez.
And guess what? This 24-hour bus ride, you're only about 3 hours into it.
And it needs
3 hours into your 24-hour bus drive, and they don't fix it. We got to spend the entire ride down there.
With that smell.
And I can't remember if they eventually got it fixed when we got to our destination, but I'll tell you, that was something.
I guess if you're going on a bus or a plane, you use the facilities on ground level, like the station or the airport, before you get in the little flying or driving container.
You know what?
But not on that bus ride.
While we're whining, let me just give you two things that happened.
Yes.
I took a 24-hour bus ride, et cetera, et cetera. A friend of mine who was doing the same job I was doing at a different organization, they flew down. Their trip was $200 less, and they spent 3 days at a resort before the conference started.
Well, because they weren't on the bus for so long.
I used to have, it was an hour bus ride back and forth to the location.
Yeah.
His location was in walking distance. And so he finally gave me the key to his hotel room so I could go sleep in the afternoon because they put me in bed with a complete stranger. I had to share a bed.
With a stranger?
A bed.
A bed?
I had to share a bed.
Not just like a room, but you mean the bed?
The bed. And then I had to look forward to a 24-hour bus ride home.
What a terrible trip.
I'm not saying it's related, but I did resign when I got home.
That was too much.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the Radio U app.
I'm starving. And here I promised you guys we'd talk more about food. Do you guys have any stories about how full people feel?
I mean, can we find any of that online?
Just how satisfied they are deep inside with all they've already had to eat?
What could we fill up with instead of food? Let's make this motivational. We could fill up with
Lay's potato chips,
happiness, love,
Lay's.
Compassion.
Do me a flavor contest winners.
A zest for life.
Zesty potato flavored, salt covered.
Is the Lay's potato chip contest done, or is it now down to like do you vote or do you what? I never remember.
They're down to 3 people.
Okay. The people that have chips out or just flavor ideas, and then they'll put the chips out and then we taste them.
That's exactly right. They put out these 3. We're going to try them, and then you can vote for them once a day, every day through October 8th at Lays.com.
I'm sorry. I feel, though, that only people who know
absolutely
the person who has created said flavor will be voting in such a manner.
You're buying bots in China. Like,
basically,
that's what you're doing.
To
Come
try
on.
to win.
So here's where we are. We've got 3 flavors. Lay's Crispy Taco, which I think sounds like a condition.
The taco's sick.
You're just like, how are you doing, Crispy Taco?
Don't ask.
Like, don't ask, Crispy Taco. Dang. There's that. Lay's Kettle Cooked Everything Bagel with Cream Cheese.
What is all that?
Well, it's everything,
It's
Nikki.
everything with cream cheese.
With some cream cheese on it.
Why is it kettle cooked? Is that a type of bagel or?
Well, no, kettle cooked would be a type of
the chip.
Potato chip.
For a minute, I was like, what's it when they throw it in with the title?
No, I get it.
But really, that's the everything bagel with cream cheese.
And then there's a Lay's Wavy
That's
variety.
my style.
And that would be a fried green tomato.
I mean, maybe.
Who wants that?
I don't know. I don't really like that in real life, non-potato chip flavor.
I don't want a fried green tomato.
Could be good. We'll try them when they come out.
Well, they're out there. You just have to find them. Jerome messaged us earlier. He saw them at a Subway. Eat fresh.
Eat these chips. Did you see what we'll be taste testing on Monday?
On Monday, we actually have these shoes. No, they came in a shoe box. Look at this. We got a letter here.
Actual paper.
From Jennifer in Harrisburg, she says these snacks are hand carried from India. So we have potato chips from India. We got Uncle Chips. We've got Lay's Spanish Tomato Tango.
I bet that's spicy.
That sounds fascinating. And then we also have these Kurkur Masala Munch.
Yeah, those sound good.
I don't like what's on the cover.
What's the matter?
I don't like it.
You don't really like a lot of masala flavors, so...
Yeah, I don't like that.
But we're still trying it.
But I'll tell you this right here. Plain salted. Oh, that's a chip.
That's it right there.
That's a potato.
Why
And these
add too much?
Spanish Tomato Tango. I love to dance.
Yeah, but if you weren't interested in the fried green tomato ones, I don't think you're going to like those.
Yeah, but like you put a tomato, fried green tomato is like its own thing. Because like a green tomato,
A green tomato is in your mind. I don't think it tastes much different than a red tomato. I don't want to jump down this hole with you.
Well,
but
have you ever handled a green tomato?
Yes.
Okay, they're hard as a freaking rock. So I mean, at least the texture is going to be different,
sometimes
right?
we have tough outsides.
Okay, here we go. Now,
why do you have to be that way?
Why does everything in this room turn into a relationship metaphor?
Because that's life. Okay?
Because that's what we are.
Food is life.
People.
Okay.
Eat, pray, love. Okay. That's
we're going
life.
to Italy and we're starting over again.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we're going to be eating some chips on Monday. We'll try the ones from India and we'll be on the lookout for the other ones from Lay's.
Yeah, now these are actually available in the United States now if you want to do them a flavor and vote every day at their website so they can sell more to you. Sell.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Like they're showing it on the runway. They can't just go putting pepperoni on it.
Well, they should.